What if the being closest to the divine wasn't always an angel? It seems impossible, doesn't it, that the celestial realm's most exalted figure, the very scribe of God, could have once walked this earth as a mortal man. How could a human being possibly ascend to such a station, bridging the seemingly uncrossable chasm between humanity and the angelic hierarchies? In the rich tapestry of Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah, Metatron stands as a towering figure, a celestial vizier whose influence permeates the very fabric of creation. He is the scribe of God, the mediator between the divine and the human, even referred to, controversially, as the lesser YHWH. But this lofty status is all the more astounding when we consider the ancient texts, like the Book of Enoch and the Zohar, which whisper of his earthly origins. It's a story that has captivated mystics and theologians for centuries, yet also sparked skepticism and debate. This transformation motif, however, is not unique to Judaism. Across cultures, we find echoes of this very same idea. Hermes Trismegistus, Enoch to Quetzalcoatl. Could these shared myths imply that there's ancient, widespread knowledge of ascension? The story of Metatron offers more than just theological intrigue. It holds within it the very key to unlocking our own hidden potential. What if Metatron's journey represents a tangible path for human spiritual evolution, a testament to the extraordinary capacity for transformation that lies dormant within each of us? This isn't just about understanding esoteric concepts. It's about tapping into the power that resides within, connecting with the divine, and embarking on our own personal journey of ascension. Of course, the complex symbolism and obscure texts surrounding Metatron can seem daunting, but understanding unlocks pathways to higher states. Therefore, Metatron's story reveals the inherent potential for human beings to achieve spiritual transformation and ascend to higher states of consciousness through knowledge, dedication, and service to the divine. This is the key. The very human qualities of wisdom, unwavering devotion, and selfless service are paradoxically the qualities that elevated Metatron to his angelic status. Furthermore, in some esoteric schools, Metatron isn't just a historical figure, but a living guide, a celestial mentor who can aid us on our own spiritual journeys. In this video, we will embark on a journey to understand the complete history of Metatron. First, we will examine the historical roots of Metatron in Jewish mysticism and the Book of Enoch, tracing his evolution through ancient texts and traditions. Second, we will explore the Kabbalistic symbolism and significance of Metatron's role in the Tree of Life, unveiling the hidden meanings behind his celestial attributes. Third, we will delve into the practical implications of Metatron's story for personal spiritual development, offering guidance on how to embody his qualities and achieve spiritual growth. By the end of this exploration, you will not only gain a deeper understanding of Metatron, but also unlock a profound awareness of the divine spark that resides within you, waiting to be ignited. How did a human being, born of flesh and blood, rise to become the celestial scribe, the voice of God, and the angel closest to the divine? To truly understand Metatron, we must first delve into the ancient narratives that chronicle his transformation, starting with the enigmatic figure of Enoch. Who was this man, and why was he chosen for such an extraordinary destiny? Enoch, as described in the Hebrew Bible, holds a unique distinction. Unlike other biblical figures who lived, died, and were buried, Enoch was taken by God, Genesis 5:24. This simple phrase hints at a profound mystery. Was this a mere act of divine favor, or did it signify something far more significant? Consider this. Figures such as Moses, Abraham, and David, despite their profound impact and covenant with God, all experienced mortality, yet Enoch did not. This divergence immediately sets Enoch apart, suggesting a destiny intertwined with the celestial realms. Doesn't this remind us of other traditions? What about Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god of Mesoamerica, who also ascended into the heavens, promising to return? Or Hermes, the Greek messenger of the gods, often associated with wisdom and knowledge? These parallels suggest a widespread, ancient understanding of ascension and transformation. The apocryphal book of Enoch further expand upon the biblical account, offering a rich tapestry of narratives that detail Enoch's journey through the heavens. These texts, though not part of the canonical Hebrew Bible, hold immense significance in understanding the evolution of Metatron's image. Imagine Enoch traversing the celestial spheres, guided by angels, witnessing the secrets of creation, and undergoing a profound metamorphosis. He encounters fallen angels, observes the workings of the cosmos, and ultimately is transformed into the angel Metatron, a being of immense power and wisdom. These texts establish a critical link between the human and the divine, providing a detailed account of Enoch's ascension and laying the foundation for Metatron's mythology. This wasn't simply divine favor. It was a process, a transformation fueled by knowledge and experience. Is this knowledge lost today, or does it persist in esoteric and hermetic traditions? Over time, Metatron's characteristics and roles developed within Jewish mystical traditions, solidifying his status as a celestial figure of immense importance. The Zohar, a foundational text of Kabbalah, elaborates on Metatron's functions, portraying him as the prince of the countenance, the angel closest to God, and the mediator between the divine and the created world. But perhaps one of Metatron's most important roles is that of the divine scribe. Think about it, what could be a more important function than recording all actions, thoughts, and feelings of humankind and the cosmos at large? Intriguingly, Metatron is also associated with the Shekinah, the feminine aspect of God, further complicating his already multifaceted nature. What we are seeing is that Metatron is not merely an angel, but a complex, symbolic representation of divine attributes and human potential, which we will dive into in greater detail in the next section. What makes Metatron's story so compelling is his human origin. Enoch's transformation underscores a profound concept, the inherent potential within humanity to achieve spiritual heights. Jewish mystics saw in Metatron a testament to the possibility of human ascension, a beacon of hope illuminating the path towards divine union. However, not all traditions held the same view. Gnostic perspectives, for example, often viewed the material world as inherently evil, making the idea of human ascension into the divine realm problematic. This divergence highlights a critical point. The interpretation of Metatron's significance is not monolithic, but rather varies across different spiritual and philosophical traditions. What they don't want you to know is that the Gnostic view is that only a select few are able to reach this spiritual height. The question then becomes, is it possible? Having explored the historical origins of Metatron, we now turn to the Kabbalistic significance of this towering figure, especially in relation to the Tree of Life. How does Metatron's role in the Tree of Life illuminate his connection to the divine and his influence on creation? The Kabbalistic Tree of Life serves as a central framework for understanding Metatron's place within the cosmos and his relationship to the divine. Imagine it, 10 interconnected spheres, or sephirot, representing different aspects of the divine, linked by pathways that trace the flow of divine energy. This is not merely a diagram. It's a map of consciousness, a blueprint of creation, and a guide to spiritual ascent. The Tree of Life illustrates the concept of emanation, the process by which the divine manifests itself in ever more concrete forms, from the highest realms of pure consciousness to the physical world we inhabit. The 10 Sephirot are not separate entities, but rather interconnected facets of the One, each reflecting a different attribute of the divine. Is there a connection between the ancient mystery schools and the Tree of Life? What secrets does it conceal? Metatron is closely associated with Keter, the highest Sephirah on the Tree of Life, also known as the Crown. Keter represents the ultimate source of divine will, pure consciousness, and the unmanifest potential from which all creation arises. Metatron acts as a bridge between Keter and the lower Sephirot, channeling divine energy and mediating between the formless realm of the divine and the manifested world of creation. Think of Hermes, the messenger of the gods, acting as an intermediary between the celestial and terrestrial realms, or the rainbow bridge connecting Asgard, the home of the gods, and Midgard, the world of humans, in Norse mythology. Like these figures, Metatron bridges the gap between the transcendent and the immanent, making the divine accessible to those who seek it. Perhaps one of the most controversial and intriguing aspects of Metatron's Kabbalistic significance is the concept of him as the Lesser YHWH. This title, found in certain Kabbalistic texts, implies a unique relationship between Metatron and God, suggesting that Metatron is not merely an angel, but a manifestation of the divine itself. Of course, this concept can be easily misunderstood, potentially leading to accusations of polytheism or the diminishment of God's oneness. The key is to understand that Metatron is not a separate deity, but rather an expression of God's will and creative power. In this context, the nature of God must be understood. Is God an old man with a beard? Or is God the totality of existence itself, expressing itself in a multitude of forms? Consider this: if God is infinite, then wouldn't it be limiting to confine God to a single form or expression? According to Kabbalistic teachings, Metatron plays a crucial role in the process of creation, acting as a conduit for divine energy and helping to manifest the physical world. He is associated with the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, which are seen as building blocks of creation, each letter possessing a unique energy and symbolic significance. Imagine Metatron wielding these letters like tools, shaping the fabric of reality and bringing forth the universe we know. Furthermore, Metatron embodies the interplay of masculine and feminine energies in the creative process, balancing these forces to bring forth harmony and balance. Just as Metatron plays a vital role in creation, perhaps we, as human beings, also possess a creative spark, a potential to co-create with the divine and shape our own realities. But remember, our actions must be within ethical and moral constraints. But how can we mirror this? Now that we have explored Metatron's historical origins and Kabbalistic significance, let us now turn to how his qualities can be embodied in personal transformation. How can we, as seekers of spiritual growth, emulate Metatron's attributes and unlock our own potential for ascension? Knowledge and wisdom are paramount on the path to spiritual growth, mirroring Metatron's own attainment of divine knowledge. As the celestial scribe, Metatron has access to the Akashic records and all the knowledge of the cosmos. But what does this mean for us? It means that we too must strive to acquire knowledge, not merely for intellectual gain, but for spiritual illumination. Seek knowledge through study, immersing yourself in ancient texts, philosophical treatises, and esoteric teachings. But don't stop there. Supplement your studies with meditation and contemplation, allowing the knowledge to sink deep into your consciousness and transform your being from the inside out. Consider the writings of Hermes Trismegistus, the Emerald Tablet, and the Kabbalistic texts, as they offer profound insights into the nature of reality and the path to enlightenment. Dedication and service to the divine are also essential components of spiritual transformation, reflecting Metatron's unwavering commitment to God's will and his service to humanity. This isn't just about empty gestures or religious rituals. It's about dedicating your life to a higher purpose, aligning your actions with your values, and serving others with compassion and empathy. Find ways to serve your community, volunteer your time, or contribute to causes that resonate with your soul. The key is to act with a sincere desire to help others without expecting anything in return. Contribute to your religious institution. Ethical action and moral conduct are also cornerstones of spiritual growth, as they help purify the soul and prepare it for higher states of consciousness. Living in accordance with divine principles means cultivating virtues like honesty, integrity, compassion, and forgiveness, and avoiding vices like greed, anger, and envy. Examine your own life, identify areas where you can improve your ethical behavior, and commit to making positive changes. Consider your actions in the workplace, in your relationships, and in your interactions with the world at large. Are you treating others with respect and kindness? Are you being honest and truthful in your dealings? Are you striving to make the world a better place? For example, the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you is a profound principle. Meditation and contemplation serve as powerful tools for connecting with Metatron and embodying his qualities, allowing us to tap into the divine energy that flows through him. Find a quiet space where you can relax and focus your attention. Visualize Metatron as a being of light, radiating wisdom, compassion, and power. Invoke his presence, asking for his guidance and assistance on your spiritual journey. Contemplate Metatron's attributes, reflecting on his role as scribe, mediator, and bridge between the human and the divine. Ask yourself, how can I embody these qualities in my own life? How can I become a channel for divine energy and a force for good in the world? This mirrors the path of Hermeticism, the union with the all. What is stopping you from ascension? As we continue our exploration, we will delve even deeper into the hidden symbolism and esoteric practices associated with Metatron, uncovering even more profound insights into the path of spiritual transformation. What awaits us in the higher realms of knowledge and understanding? We've discussed Metatron's qualities and their broad application, but this discussion has far more practical applications than mere intellectual stimulation, and so you may need to pay extra careful attention to reap the full benefits. Understanding Metatron's historical and Kabbalistic significance is only the first step. Embodying his qualities is the ultimate goal, offering not just knowledge, but a tangible transformation. These practices aren't mere suggestions. They are the rungs on a ladder, the skills in a tree, each one leading you closer to embodying that divine light we've spoken of, paving the way for spiritual growth and profound self-improvement. Let us begin with cultivating wisdom, for this is where the journey truly takes flight. Continuous learning and intellectual curiosity are not merely academic pursuits, but reflections of Metatron's very role as the divine scribe, the keeper of cosmic knowledge. Consider this: ignorance in this context is not simply a lack of information, but the antithesis of Metatron's divine function, a state of darkness where potential remains unrealized. So, how do we ascend to wisdom and illuminate the shadows of our own minds? Specific study practices are essential for building this foundation. Begin with the foundational texts, the Books of Enoch, with their vivid descriptions of celestial realms, and the Zohar, the cornerstone of Kabbalistic thought. Approach these texts not as relics of the past, but as living maps of consciousness. Cross-reference different passages, look for recurring patterns, and form links to what has come before, always seeking the underlying unity. Keep a journal, take copious notes, and record your insights, allowing the material to marinate in your mind. Consider joining an online course or study group, for learning in community amplifies understanding and provides a vital source of support. But remember, always approach information critically. Beyond mere study, contemplation exercises are necessary to internalize the knowledge gained. Spend time in nature, creating a sacred space for reflection, free from the distractions of the everyday world. Contemplate Metatron's attributes: his wisdom, his dedication, his unwavering commitment to the divine, and explore their connection to your own life. Introduce the practice of Lectio Divina, choosing relevant passages from esoteric texts and reading them slowly, meditatively, allowing the words to penetrate your consciousness. Consider employing the tarot or other symbolic systems as tools for reflection, exploring the archetypal patterns that resonate within your soul. Are you prepared to face what you find in the depths of your being? However, and this is a shocking claim, they don't want you to know a balanced approach to knowledge is crucial. Discernment and critical thinking are paramount, ensuring that your pursuit of wisdom remains ethical and aligned with genuine spiritual growth. Misinformation abounds, and it is essential to evaluate sources carefully, questioning everything and blindly accepting nothing. Develop your intuition, trust your inner guidance, and cultivate the ability to discern truth from falsehood. Integrate knowledge with personal experience and moral conduct, for knowledge without ethics is a dangerous weapon. Remember, contradictory information will always surface in esoteric studies, and it is through careful analysis and inner discernment that we navigate the labyrinth of truth. Now let us turn to embodying dedication, for Metatron is not merely a vessel of knowledge, but a being of unwavering commitment to a higher purpose. Reinforce the alignment of dedication's role to Metatron's angelical duties, making it not just a virtue, but a mirror reflecting the divine. Dedication is not a passive state, but an active force, requiring constant effort and unwavering resolve. But consider this: apathy is the antithesis of Metatron's dedication, a stagnant pool where potential stagnates and purpose dissolves. Service-oriented practices offer a powerful means of embodying dedication. Volunteer your time and energy to help others, focusing on compassion and empathy. Donate to charitable causes, contribute to your community, or support environmental initiatives. Identify causes that resonate with your values and take meaningful action, remembering that even small acts of service can have a profound impact. Think about offering support to religious organizations, for they often serve as vital pillars of community support and spiritual guidance. The key is to act from a place of genuine caring, seeking to alleviate suffering and uplift those in need. Ethical action and excellence are the cornerstones of a dedicated life. Act with integrity, honesty, and fairness in all aspects of your being. Strive for excellence in your work, your relationships, and your creative endeavors, pushing beyond mere competence and seeking to embody the highest expression of your potential. Practice mindfulness and self-reflection, constantly evaluating your actions and seeking ways to improve your ethical behavior and decision-making. Don't be satisfied with doing things well enough. Strive for personal betterment, constantly seeking to refine your character and align your actions with your highest ideals. But the path of dedication is not without its obstacles. Temptation, distractions, and moments of doubt will inevitably arise, testing your resolve and threatening to derail your progress. Temptation and lack of care can easily erode dedication, leading to stagnation and spiritual decay. Cultivate care, diligence, and the unwavering pursuit of your true will, resisting the allure of temporal pleasures and fleeting distractions. Develop techniques for overcoming temptation, whether through meditation, prayer, or seeking support from your local community. What are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? Of course, all of this knowledge and dedication amounts to nothing without ethical behavior and moral conduct. Affirm that knowledge and study are of no value without being a good person, for this is the bedrock of true spiritual growth. Ethical action and moral conduct are not merely external constraints, but essential components of embodying Metatron's purity. Corruption in all its forms is the antithesis of Metatron's essence, a corrosive force that undermines spiritual progress and separates us from the divine. Self-reflection practices are essential for cultivating ethical behavior. Practice mindfulness, paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and actions, observing your inner landscape with detachment and honesty. Review your daily actions, identifying areas for improvement through journaling or meditation. Seek feedback from trusted friends or mentors, gaining perspective on your behavior and identifying blind spots. There are numerous ways to ensure constant self-reflection, from engaging in regular spiritual direction to simply taking a few moments each day to examine your conscience. Are you truly living in alignment with your values? Furthermore, the practice of compassion is paramount. Empathy, generosity, and a willingness to help others in need are visible characteristics of one who strives for a better existence. Seeing things from other people's points of view is a great way to express compassion, for it allows us to connect with their experiences and understand their suffering. Volunteer your time, support charitable organizations, and extend your compassion to those towards whom you may feel indifferent. It is often in reaching out to those we find difficult to understand that we truly expand our capacity for love and acceptance. Finally, living in accordance with divine principles is an active effort to live and act within ways that reflect spiritual purity. Honesty and integrity are paramount, reflecting the divine truth that resides within each of us. Act with justice and fairness, treating everyone with respect and dignity, regardless of their background or beliefs. Live in service of others, doing your best to ensure the happiness and well-being of those around you. By embodying these principles, you reflect the light of the divine and contribute to a more just and compassionate world. In summary, embodying Metatron's qualities is a multifaceted journey, requiring the cultivation of knowledge, the embodiment of dedication, and the unwavering commitment to ethical action. Each of these elements reinforces the others, creating a virtuous cycle of spiritual growth and self-transformation. But we're just scratching the surface, for the true power of Metatron lies in the ability to connect with him directly through meditative practices, allowing us to tap into the wellspring of divine energy that flows through him. These techniques are difficult, but worth it, for ascension is always difficult, but within grasp. In the next section, we will delve into these practices, uncovering the hidden keys to unlocking your full spiritual potential. What awaits us as we journey deeper into the heart of Metatron's mysteries? We've established the ethical foundation for our spiritual journey, and indeed the necessity of ethical purification for spiritual ascension. However, we must now consider the direct means by which we can experience Metatron's presence and receive his guidance. For while ethical practices lay the groundwork, it is through the transformative power of meditation that we truly ignite our connection to the divine, paving the way for personal transformation and a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. But is meditation merely a passive exercise, or is it a potent tool for actively shaping our consciousness and experiencing the divine light firsthand? Let us now turn to meditation as a powerful avenue for experiencing Metatron's presence and receiving his guidance. For it is through the stillness of the mind and the opening of the heart that we create a space for divine connection. Understand that meditation is more than just relaxation. It is a practice of cultivating inner awareness, quieting the internal dialogue, and opening ourselves to the subtle energies that surround us. Think of it as striking a divine spark within the soul, a spark that, when nurtured through consistent practice, can ignite a blazing fire of spiritual insight and transformative experience, a stronger connection to the very light of creation itself. But how do we begin to cultivate this inner stillness and open ourselves to the influence of Metatron's radiant presence? To facilitate this divine connection, let us explore specific meditation techniques for visualizing Metatron and invoking his presence within the sacred space of our minds. Begin by finding a quiet, comfortable space where you can sit undisturbed for at least 20-30 minutes. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and allow your body to relax. Visualize a brilliant white light emanating from above, gradually filling your entire being with its warmth and radiance. Imagine this light intensifying, forming a pillar of pure, divine energy that connects you to the celestial realms. Now, in your mind's eye, envision Metatron appearing before you, a magnificent being of light and wisdom, radiating love, compassion, and boundless energy. As you visualize Metatron, you may find it helpful to recite a mantra or affirmation, such as, "I am open to receiving Metatron's guidance," or "I am filled with Metatron's light and love." But remember, it's always important to include safe words to end the meditation if you feel overwhelmed by the experience. You may repeat Shemhamforsh, a divine name that banishes unwanted energies. To further enhance your meditation practice, consider incorporating sacred geometry and Kabbalistic symbols, such as the Merkaba, a three-dimensional star tetrahedron representing the union of opposing forces and the vehicle of ascension. Visualize the Merkaba spinning around your body, creating a field of protective energy that shields you from negativity and amplifies your connection to the divine. You may also find it beneficial to listen to music with binaural beats, which can help to entrain your brainwaves and induce a deeper state of relaxation and receptivity. And here's something they really don't want you to know. Certain ancient texts detail specific geometric shapes associated with different angelic figures, offering keys to unlocking deeper levels of connection. But proceed with caution, for such knowledge, if misused, can lead to unintended consequences. Now let us consider the creation of a sacred space for meditation, for the environment in which we practice can profoundly impact our experience and deepen our connection to Metatron. Designate a specific area in your home or garden as your meditation space, a sanctuary free from distractions and filled with objects that inspire and uplift you. This could include candles, crystals, incense, sacred images, or anything that resonates with your spiritual practice. You may also want to cleanse the space regularly with sage or other purifying herbs to remove any negative energies and create a sense of peace and tranquility. Additionally, the importance of maintaining proper posture cannot be overstated, for a straight spine allows for the free flow of energy throughout the body, facilitating deeper relaxation and heightened awareness. Consider this: are you truly honoring the sacred space within yourself, or are you allowing external distractions to cloud your inner vision? And how do we cultivate a receptive state of mind and open ourselves to Metatron's influence during meditation? Begin by setting clear intentions for your practice, focusing on what you hope to achieve through your connection with Metatron. This could include seeking guidance, healing, clarity, or a deeper understanding of your spiritual path. Prior to meditation, take a few moments to clear your mind of earthly wants and desires, releasing any attachments or expectations that may hinder your ability to connect with the divine. Throughout your meditation, repeat affirmations or mantras that resonate with your intentions, such as "I am open to receiving Metatron's wisdom," or "I am a vessel for Metatron's light and love." Let us now turn to integrating Metatron into your daily meditative practice, for consistent spiritual growth requires sustained effort and unwavering dedication. Begin by establishing a realistic and sustainable routine that fits your lifestyle and commitments. It is far better to start with baby steps, such as 10-15 minutes of meditation each day, than to attempt a more ambitious schedule that you cannot maintain. As your practice deepens, you can gradually increase the duration and frequency of your meditation sessions. And is your desire true enough to adjust your life to these new practices? Experiment with different meditation techniques and find what resonates most deeply with you. Some may prefer guided visualizations, while others may find solace in silent contemplation or mantra recitation. The key is to remain open to new experiences and to trust your intuition as you explore different approaches. Consider performing Metatron meditations at specific times of day, such as sunrise or sunset, to align with the natural rhythms of the cosmos and amplify your connection to the divine. As practice deepens, the ability to customize these sessions based on the time of day will become clear. Are you taking these practices seriously enough to make time for them? And how do we track our progress and gain deeper insights into our meditation practice? The answer lies in keeping a meditation journal, a valuable tool for recording your experiences, tracking your progress, and gaining a deeper understanding of your inner landscape. After each meditation session, take a few moments to jot down your thoughts, feelings, and any insights that arose during your practice. Note any challenges you encountered, as well as any moments of clarity or connection. Over time, you may begin to notice recurring patterns or themes in your journal entries, providing valuable insights into your spiritual growth and personal transformation. By regularly analyzing your progress and insights, you can fine-tune your meditation practice and deepen your connection to Metatron. But what might this process reveal about yourself that you're not yet ready to face? Let us remember the importance of patience and perseverance on the spiritual path, for genuine transformation is a gradual process that requires unwavering commitment and unwavering faith. There may be times when you feel discouraged, when you experience setbacks or plateaus, or when you doubt your ability to connect with Metatron. But it is during these moments that your resolve will be tested, and it is through perseverance that you will ultimately triumph. Understand that, at first, seeing no tangible results is common, for this is simply the ego's way of resisting the expansion of consciousness. Continue to seek understanding, continue to seek your connection to Source, and trust that, in time, the divine light of Metatron will illuminate your path and guide you towards your highest potential. But are you truly prepared to surrender to the divine will, even when it leads you down unexpected paths? So, fellow seekers, what evidence do we have that these experiences are genuine and accessible to all? Let us turn to personal testimonials and historical accounts of individuals who have experienced Metatron's light and influence, for their stories serve as beacons of hope, reminding us that the divine connection is within reach for all who sincerely seek it. Consider the countless individuals throughout history who have reported feelings of profound love, connection, and wisdom during their encounters with Metatron, experiences that often mirror those described in ancient texts. Anonymous personal testimonials offer a glimpse into the transformative power of connecting with Metatron. Many individuals report experiencing a sense of overwhelming love and compassion, a feeling of being embraced by a divine presence that transcends all earthly limitations. Others describe receiving profound insights and guidance, gaining clarity on their life purpose, and a deeper understanding of their place in the cosmos. Still others report experiencing physical or emotional healing, feeling their bodies and minds being cleansed and revitalized by Metatron's radiant energy. And this is exactly how the literature describes these feelings, as if they are the warm touch of a divine creator. But what happens when those feelings fade and doubt creeps in? Historical accounts, particularly those found in the Book of Enoch, provide further evidence of the transformative potential of connecting with Metatron. These ancient texts describe Enoch's ascension to the celestial realms and his subsequent transformation into the angel Metatron, highlighting the profound wisdom, knowledge, and power that he acquired through his connection with the divine. Consider researching the various interpretations of Enoch's experiences, paying close attention to the symbolic language and esoteric teachings that are embedded within the text, allowing the book's very lessons to permeate your being. But beware, certain interpretations of Enoch's journey have been suppressed or distorted over time, so it is essential to approach these texts with critical discernment and an open mind, for not all sources are created equal. Let us never forget that these experiences are not limited to a select few, for Metatron's light and guidance are available to anyone who sincerely seeks them. Metatron's care for humanity is boundless, and he stands ready to assist all who call upon his name with an open heart and a genuine desire for spiritual growth. By diligently following the techniques we have discussed, cultivating ethical behavior, embodying dedication, and embracing the transformative power of meditation, you can unlock your own connection to this powerful angelical force and begin to experience the profound blessings of divine guidance, healing, and transformation. What happens, though, when that guidance seems to contradict your own deeply held beliefs? Ultimately, connection with Metatron is a source of profound guidance, healing, and transformation, a pathway to unlocking your full spiritual potential and living a life filled with purpose, meaning, and joy. By cultivating ethical behavior, embodying dedication, and embracing the transformative power of meditation, you can open yourself to Metatron's radiant energy and begin to experience the profound blessings of divine connection. But we've just begun to scratch the surface of Metatron's mysteries, for beyond the realm of personal experience lies a vast tapestry of Kabbalistic symbolism and esoteric teachings waiting to be explored. What awaits us as we delve deeper into the hidden secrets of Metatron's divine nature? We've discovered how to cultivate inner peace through meditation and connect with Metatron's radiant energy. However, it's easy to feel a sense of serene understanding on the meditation cushion. But how do we maintain that connection and apply Metatron's guidance when faced with the chaos and challenges of daily life? Reaching a meditative state can be very comforting, But oftentimes, the true struggles are outside of these meditative states. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, we may find ourselves yearning for that feeling of enlightenment or wondering how to face the trials that affect our lives. It is more important than ever to follow moral conduct, have trust in yourself, and seek wisdom in every corner of our lives. Consider this a practical guide for moving beyond theoretical understanding to actively embodying Metatron's principles in your daily actions and decisions. Perhaps you're just beginning your spiritual journey, or perhaps you've been walking this path for many years. Regardless of where you are, our aim here is to provide concrete methods for navigating life's inevitable challenges with wisdom, courage, and compassion, drawing upon the transformative power of Metatron's guidance. So how can we actively seek and receive this guidance to solve our problems, make better choices, and live more fulfilling lives? What if the answers came to you in your dreams or in the subtle intuitive nudges you feel throughout the day? Let us define Metatron as a mentor, protector, and illuminator, understanding how he serves as a constant source of wisdom, strength, and divine love in our lives. There can be a misconception that angelical forces are out of reach, or only there to assist the most enlightened of people. However, nothing could be further from the truth, for Metatron, in his boundless compassion, seeks to help all of humanity, regardless of their perceived worthiness. He is there to illuminate the path for those who seek truth, protect them from negativity, and guide them toward their highest potential. But how exactly does Metatron fulfill these roles, and what can we learn from his example? Exploring Metatron's roles as mentor, protector, and illuminator, drawing upon Kabbalistic sources, offers profound insights into his relationship with humanity. As a mentor, Metatron offers us guidance, often delivered with tough love, pushing us to confront our shadow selves and grow beyond our limitations. He serves as a protector, shielding us from negative energies and influences that may seek to derail our spiritual progress, while still allowing us to experience the lessons necessary for our evolution. And as an illuminator, Metatron shines the divine light of wisdom upon our path, helping us to see clearly, to understand the deeper meaning of our experiences, and to make choices that align with our highest good. But what does this mean for you, and how does Metatron's light connect the divine to the often harsh realities of our world? The true beauty of his light is in his duties to mankind, where it is said, he has the ability to judge one's value and intentions, to see one's true self without bias or lies. In the Kabbalistic tradition, Metatron is considered the lesser YHWH, a controversial concept representing his role as the intermediary between God and humanity, and the lesser aspect of God is that it relates more closely to the human experience. This is a key point. Metatron doesn't judge us as much as simply reflect back the truth of our actions and motivations, revealing the consequences of our choices and showing us where we need to grow. Metatron's illumination allows us to see our own potential without the distortion of ego or illusion. But here's what most people miss. This judgment isn't punitive. It's an act of compassion, offering us the opportunity to align ourselves with divine will and manifest our true potential. He wants to make us the best versions of ourselves and will give his all to see that dream become a reality. So how can we tap into Metatron's truth, seeing power to seek guidance in our own lives? Consider concrete examples of scenarios in which we can seek Metatron's guidance, understanding how to apply his principles to navigate the complexities of everyday life. Imagine you're seeking a promotion or a raise at work. You've been working diligently, but you're unsure whether to speak up or wait for recognition. In this scenario, you might turn to Metatron for guidance, asking for clarity and wisdom to make the right decision. You might then receive a sudden burst of confidence or an understanding that the timing isn't right and you must hone your skills further. Either way, it's important to trust the process and have faith that whatever unfolds is ultimately for your highest good. But are you willing to accept the advice, even if it's not what you wanted to hear? Emphasize the role of inner wisdom and outer advice. In situations requiring self-reflection, Metatron's guidance can help us to identify our blind spots and overcome our self-deceptions. He encourages us to trust our intuition, but also to seek wise counsel from trusted mentors and advisors. For example, you may have a strong feeling about a situation, but you also receive conflicting advice from someone you respect. In such cases, Metatron can help you to discern the truth by weighing all the information and tuning into your inner guidance. But how do we know when to trust our inner voice versus external advice? Connecting these examples to Metatron's qualities of wisdom, dedication, and compassion allows us to see how his influence can manifest in our lives. Wisdom guides us to make sound judgments, dedication inspires us to persevere through challenges, and compassion enables us to act with kindness and empathy. Consider the scenario where a friend is struggling with addiction. Metatron can help you offer support without enabling their destructive behavior, guiding you to set healthy boundaries and encourage them to seek professional help. By embodying Metatron's qualities, we become channels for his divine energy, creating a ripple effect of positivity and transformation in the world around us. But are you willing to act with compassion even when it's difficult or uncomfortable? Now, offer guidance for applying Metatron's principles in our daily lives, understanding how to translate these concepts into concrete action steps. In our careers, this might mean pursuing work that aligns with our values and using our skills to serve others. Are you stuck in a job that drains your energy and doesn't fulfill you? Metatron can guide you to explore new career paths or find ways to infuse your current work with purpose and meaning. In our relationships, it might mean practicing empathy, compassion, and forgiveness in our interactions with others. Are you holding on to resentment or anger towards someone? Metatron can help you release those negative emotions and cultivate a more loving and harmonious connection. But what if these principles clash with your own deeply ingrained patterns of behavior? To integrate Metatron's qualities, use him as a model, thinking about integrity, humility, and devotion. Actions that align with integrity, even when difficult, reinforce our commitment to our values and build trust with others. This might mean standing up for what is right, even when it's unpopular, or making difficult choices that align with your conscience. Cultivating humility allows us to remain open to learning and growth, recognizing that we don't have all the answers and that we can always improve. And devoting ourselves to a higher purpose gives our lives meaning and direction, helping us to overcome obstacles and stay focused on our goals. But are we willing to let go of our ego and surrender to a higher calling? By taking actionable steps for our daily routines, such as performing a daily review of our actions and their ethicality, we actively integrate Metatron's qualities into our lives. Consider each day as a sacred opportunity to embody these qualities, understanding that every interaction, every decision, every thought is a chance to align ourselves with the divine. This can involve taking time each day to reflect on our actions and intentions, asking ourselves whether we acted with integrity, humility, and compassion. It can also involve identifying areas where we can improve and taking steps to make those changes. What would the world look like if we all strived to embody Metatron's qualities to the best of our ability? Synthesizing these points, let us remember that seeking guidance and embodying Metatron's qualities is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey of spiritual growth and transformation. Seeking further education allows for a path of continuous action in which you'll be pushed to make moral judgments, have trust in yourself, and seek wisdom in every corner of our lives. By consistently seeking ethical guidance, cultivating wisdom, and embodying dedication, we can deepen our connection with Metatron and unlock our full spiritual potential. Connecting back to the theme of transformation, we recognize that human spiritual growth is not a destination, but a process, a continuous unfolding of our divine potential. Seeking further education and understanding, continuously refining our ethical compass, and striving to embody Metatron's qualities in all our actions is key. In all our actions, we can seek the divine light that will push us to becoming a better version of ourselves. But here's the shocking truth. The deeper you delve into Metatron's teachings, the more you may realize how little you truly know. And now, a call to action. Explore Metatron's teachings further, apply them to your daily life, and witness the transformative power of his guidance firsthand. Connect with angelical forces, allow their influence to permeate your thoughts, words, and actions, and offer help to all of mankind. Remember, the journey with Metatron is a journey of constant discovery, a path of ever-unfolding potential, but we're just scratching the surface. What awaits us as we continue to explore the hidden dimensions of Metatron's divine nature and his connection to the very fabric of creation? And so, having traversed the realms of Kabbalistic lore, explored ancient texts, and contemplated Metatron's profound significance, we've only begun to scratch the surface of what his journey truly means. As we conclude our exploration, let us synthesize the essence of Metatron's path, his role as an intermediary between the divine and humanity, and the embodiment of qualities that resonate across cultures. Metatron's unique status as a human transformed into an angelic being speaks to a universal longing for transcendence, a yearning to bridge the gap between our earthly existence and the infinite potential that lies within, serving as a testament to the transformative power of spiritual practice and moral conduct, a key that unlocks doors to greater understanding, which can positively affect your life. Metatron's journey serves as a blueprint for human potential, illuminating the universal themes of transformation, knowledge, dedication, and unwavering service to the divine. These are not qualities exclusive to a select few or reserved for those deemed worthy by some arbitrary standard. Rather, they are inherent within each of us, waiting to be awakened, cultivated, and expressed. The potential for ascension, for transcending our perceived limitations and connecting with something greater than ourselves, is not merely a fanciful ideal, but a tangible possibility accessible to all of humanity. His qualities, wisdom, compassion, unwavering dedication, are understandable, applicable, and within reach, illuminating a path forward for those seeking to elevate their lives, the lives of others, and to connect with the divine light that permeates all existence. Let us return to the initial paradox. How can a human become an angel? It wasn't just a question, but an invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery, and Metatron's story demonstrates that the potential for spiritual ascension resides, perhaps surprisingly, within every human being. Through dedication to wisdom, acts of selfless service, and an unwavering commitment to ethical conduct, we can transcend the limitations of our ego-driven minds and connect with the divine spark that resides within, a spark capable of igniting extraordinary transformation. Elevating this reference, we see that the paradox wasn't just a question, but an invitation to explore our own inherent capacity for growth, to rise above our perceived limitations, and to embody the qualities of wisdom and compassion in our daily lives, affirming the boundless potential that awaits us upon successful ascension, a potential that is far more real than we often dare to believe. Broadening the implications of Metatron's journey, we find relevance to larger themes, universal principles, and broader ethical considerations. Connecting back to Metatron's pivotal role in the Tree of Life, we recognize the importance of balance, of harmonizing the diverse aspects of our being so that we may achieve inner alignment. As we seek to balance our lives, we can connect to divine love and light by seeking it in all actions, seeing the divine in every interaction, every challenge, and every opportunity. What do you feel is holding you back from embodying these qualities fully? What perceived limitations or self-imposed barriers are preventing you from accessing the infinite potential that resides within? Seek the divine light, embrace the challenge, and commit to overcoming the obstacles that stand in your way. For the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the path to enlightenment is paved with intention and unwavering dedication. Through this exploration, we have gained a deeper understanding of Metatron, not just as a figure in ancient texts, but as a living archetype, a blueprint for human potential, an embodiment of qualities that can transform our lives and the world around us. Embodying Metatron's qualities is not only possible, but vital for our own spiritual growth and for the betterment of all humanity. Each act of wisdom, each act of compassion, each act of service contributes to a collective elevation of consciousness, a ripple effect that spreads outward, transforming our relationships, our communities, and ultimately, the world. Continue to seek wisdom, embrace growth, and have faith in the transformative power of the divine. For success is often easier than you think, and the help you need is always available. All you need to do is ask Metatron, call upon the angelical forces, and invite them into your life. Metatron's story is a call to embody our highest potential, a reminder that the journey from human to angel, from limited to limitless, is a path that each of us can walk. This transformation is achieved through unwavering dedication, profound wisdom, and boundless compassion for ourselves and for all beings. So it is. How might you integrate Metatron's qualities of wisdom, dedication, and compassion into your daily life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let us continue this exploration together. Consider integrating a daily practice, such as meditation, prayer, or acts of service, to cultivate your connection with the divine and embody Metatron's transformative essence. Throughout my own journey with Metatron, I have come to reaffirm that the divine connection is not merely a symbolic concept, but a tangible reality, a force that permeates all existence and is accessible to those who seek it with an open heart and a sincere intention. And so we reach the end of our exploration, but the journey has only just begun, for Metatron is, as we have seen, a human potential blueprint. Thank you for watching.